My fellow chess players, so today we're going to have a review on the anti-chess game to be played between the great Stanley, one of our strong local player, and me, myself, and I. So I am now playing black against the great Stanley white. Here, how to win an anti-chess game. The basic objective is to let all your pieces be captured by your opponent. Then that's determine the win of the game. So here, you need always to think first before moving your pieces. Otherwise, you will be captured by your opponent. So, okay, so here, the very safe move is c3. So I played very active response, that is a5. So he preferred to make some delay. So I choose to be fearful. I move ace4 to be captured by queen and captured by rook. So I have reserved to take the a2 pawn. But the opponent let it block by playing knight a3. So I capture it, that is forcing, then capture. Then there is an angle here of the green bishop, which taking the a3 square. So I let it to open at a6. Then the opponent play another opening at the a4. So I take that, and you take it by bishop. So here you need to analyze it critically. So basically, you need to move all your pieces in such a way that the opponent will take it everything. So I take the advantage of the diagonal bishop. So instead of making a king move, so I rather to move c5 and takes it, then take by queen, another king d8, captured. So here I have two options. It's either to move b6 or to g4 or g5 rather. So in anti-chess, you need to consider the reserve move and make your opponent's pieces going around from side to center. So I preferred to play g5. So we take it, then another knight e7. That's not the knight f6 is not good, but knight e7 is quite very it's quite safe. So takes it, then f3, rather f6, then take that. Now I have a reserve rook to be captured by the bishop. So I try to analyze it and make some combination as to what will be my next move for me to let all my pieces be captured, as we try to analyze the pieces on the squares. So basically the h7, which is the pawn, has no chance to be taken by the opponent's pieces. Okay, so I will try to think more deeply and more advanced. So since the knight is quite better to move right now, so I prefer to move knight c6. So bishop takes h8, and then of course the reserve, since the knight will be able to be captured at the d4, so I move it there, then takes by the pawn. So right now I have to, it's either to move the b5 or the e5. But in this matter, if I will let to move the b5, then there will be a possibility that I will respond to take. I will able to activate the bishop of the opponent, and which is forcing to take the d7. So I first decide to delay the combination by moving e5, then takes by pawn, another, and take this. Okay, so that there will be a blocking force. My pawn on h7 will be blocked, but it's either pawn or the knight. So After taking that, I move b5. So as you can see, I've only one pawn. So from the start, which is maybe 7 to 10 moves earlier, that the h7 will be the only piece I think to be left behind. So there's no other way but to move it on h. Okay, h5. So of course there's no other way for him to recover it but to take the knight, then move. So if I will reach the h3, there is no other move anymore, so that determines the win of the game. But the opponent plays g4 desperately, and we know by the rule of en passant I can take that. And the last move is taking the pawn, so that will determine the game. So that is anti-chess game. So here, this is just a 101 review of my game on playing anti-chess. So I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you and God bless everyone.